All right. So let's go ahead and get right down to what we'd like to get down to, and let's talk about Angela Rayner. It's an interesting story coming out of the UK. Maybe we got some, maybe a few folks out there might be tuned in from the UK. I'm not sure. Alright, so let's see what we've pulled up so far. Now, this is Mr. William's Laborhood. I am Mr. William. I'm a colored feller. So, let's talk about it. So I was looking into some news to share with you, and I saw headlines such as Tory source of misogyny claims would be punished, PM says. Prime Minister. Another headline, UK MPs slam basic instinct slur against Deputy Labour Leader. And the Seattle Times, they have the headline, UK women slam sexism of basic instinct slur on lawmaker. And more like it, I read several of the articles, many of them telling the same story with maybe a few different quotes from commentators here and there, but the same story. I just prefer to read several articles. So, let's take a look at what was done to lead up to this. Alright, sound like a fair deal to me? It probably sounds like a fair deal to you.
The news is a shit show these days, and we're here to give you a break from the white supremacist media bullshit by bringing you the shitty news so that you can feel less like shit because you know the people discussing all the fucked up shit give a shit about you and the shitty situations you deal with every day. So shit. Pour yourself a glass and settle in for Father Teresa's wine cellar.
Alright, what's going on, folks? And if you are tuned in on Social Dissonance, name change coming soon. I just don't want it to be too jarring when it happens. Alright? Now, this morning, let's take a look at the story brewing up with one Angela Rayner. Angela Rayner is a British politician serving as a shadow chancellor of the Duchy. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Duchy of the Duchy of Lancaster, the shadow minister for the cabinet office and shadow secretary of state for the future of work since 2021, and shadow first secretary of state, deputy leader of the opposition, and deputy leader of the Labour Party since 2020. She has been a member of parliament, MP, for Ashton-under-Lyne since 2015. She ideologically identifies as a socialist and as being part of the Labour's soft left. The distinction between the hard and soft left became evident during the leadership of a Michael Foot between 1980 and 83, who along with Tony Benn was one of two figureheads of the party left. Supporters of the Foot, not the Foot Clan, an anti-communist whose background was in the Tribune Group, and Benn, originally on the party's right, but by the end of the 1970s to Foot's left, and a more uncompromising supporter of the unilateral nuclear disarmament, became increasingly polarized. So, on April 23rd, 2022, just a few days ago, the Daily Mail published a series of words with a headline, and that headline goes as follows. Tories accuse Angela Rayner of basic instinct ploy to distract Boris. MPs claim Labour deputy leader likes to put PM off his stride by crossing and uncrossing her legs at PMQs. Oh, we can't trust that, family. That's frightening. As a cis-hetero man myself, it scares me to know that women might be in the workplace crossing and uncrossing their legs. Both of those things. Can't have it.
Say it loud!
Yeah. All right. Let me flip it right back here. Ooby-doo. Now, the quoting directly from the article, conservatives have claimed that the Labor Party deputy leader, Angela Rayner, likes to put Mr. Johnson off his stride in the chamber by crossing and uncrossing her legs when they clash at Prime Minister's questions. The exchanges between Ms. Rayner and Mr. Johnson, which take place when the leader Sir Keir Starmer is absent, take note of that, when he's absent, have become a highlight of the Commons calendar, pitching the comprehensive school-educated Labour MP against the Old Etonian. I don't know the language Etonian, don't know what that one is. Oh, suffer the old Brits.
It's like
Nope.
calling him like an Ivy League kid.
All right, Phoenix Leaders there. I don't know if her microphone was on, but called him an Ivy League kid who's trying to bite Bernie Sanders' hair. Now, what the writer, Glenn Owen, the political editor for the Mail on Sunday, delivers to follow this with is claims from Tory party members, of whom go unnamed, quoting directly from the article. But Tory MPs have mischievously suggested that Ms. Rayner likes to distract the PM when he is at the dispatch box by deploying a fully clothed parliamentary equivalent of Sharon Stone's infamous scene in the 1992 film Basic Instinct. It is suggested that Ms. Rayner also employs the tactic when sitting next to Sir Keir, when he faces Mr. Johnson at PMQs. One MP said, quote, "She knows she can't compete with Boris's Oxford Union debating training, but she has other skills which he lacks. She has admitted as much when enjoying drinks with us on the Commons terrace." Last night, a spokesman for Ms. Rayner described the allegation as categorically untrue. Ms. Rayner, a 41-year-old grown-ass adult, a socialist grandmother who left school at 16 while pregnant with no qualifications before becoming a care worker, has frequently landed blows on the Prime Minister during sparky, some say flirty exchanges. Still, we're quoting from, this is the article. Someone wrote this in the Daily Mail on purpose. And also, part of that, as I know from reading about this, is just copied and pasted directly from Wikipedia, which is okay to just say when you do that. If it's a sentence or two, just note it and quote it. All right. Right, as I did. Note it and quote it. Look at the show notes. All right, during one encounter in January, I thought it was February, in January, Mr. Johnson raised claims that she was agitating to succeed Sir Keir by saying, "We all know what job she wants." That's all from the article. Now, this series of words, accompanied by a headline, comes with some visual aids. Now, to support these claims of deviously sexy leg crossing and this nefarious habitual practice of politically seducing these pure innocent men of status, some might say high-value men, the editor provides an image of Sharon Stone in the 1992 film Basic Instinct from the leg crossing scene, of which she was told would not reveal what it revealed upon the film's release, and a still shot of Angela Rayner from her appearance on a television, they call it the telly, a television program called This Morning with the hosts Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield, and it was in the ITV studio, and it was discussing her journey into politics and heading to a number 10 spot. I'm going to go ahead for the audience viewing this. I'll share those images that are in this series of words accompanied by a headline by the Daily Mail. All right. For the folks looking at video, there is the Sharon Stone from 1992. For the folks listening to podcast audio, We've gone over this. And then this next image is the shot that they have up from her appearance on that television program 3 months prior, right? And I went ahead and found the program and took a wider shot, and what you'll see is how this shot is actually cropped. The general wider shots look like what I'm sharing to the screen now. So the Daily Mail made sure to crop that shot so they could really focus on these seducing legful tactics. All right, let's flip it on back and flip it on forward. Ooby skibby flippy doo. There we are, neighborly neighbors. All right, so they share that now. To do what the editor thinks further supports these anonymous claims by helpless, sexually befuddled men to a bloody gobsmacking degree, I'd say. They have an edited video clip that is included, and they seem to have their offshoot of C-SPAN out there called the British House of Commons. So like you can go to C-SPAN and just look actually directly at these British House of Commons meetups. I guess they would call them like their Senate hearings if it were out here. And actually look at those. It's raucous, if you will. They have a raucous caucus out there. And when you have such damning and edited video from 3 months ago to prove the tartful and tasteless harlotry of this intellectual temptress, one must preempt the video with a caption that accurately represents what the viewer is about to witness. The caption goes as follows: Boris blushes under Angela's giddy glare in playful exchanges at PMQs. Now, with a caption like that, one might wonder if she's going to reach into a Chanel Coach bag and toss a pair of strawberry printed knickers at him and all. That's how they'd say it out there. Keeping in mind that this video is edited to support the article and the claims presented in it, let's take a look at the edited clip from roughly mid-February for ourselves. I'll go ahead and share it up. Folks with the podcast audio, you will just hear the audio. That's what you apparently came for.
What will the Prime Minister do to get a grip of this?
Mr. Speaker, I know that it is great to be here with the Right Honourable Lady, the Shadow Secretary of State, for the future of work. We know the future job that she has in mind, but I wish her well.
I've heard on the grapevine there might be a vacancy for Prime Minister soon, so maybe I should have aspirations. The Prime Minister pretends it's not his fault. He blames the global forces. He blames the market. Mr. Speaker, we're an aspirational party. Maybe the Prime Minister needs to be more aspirational for this country.
He talks about energy. I think the House will agree she's got a lot more energy in the current lead of the opposition, and I welcome her point.
So, Prime Minister, how's it going? Are you okay? Mr. Speaker, this Prime Minister always gives with one hand and takes away with the other. He tries to laugh it off. He looks for someone else to blame. So can I suggest to the Prime Minister, it's not about brushing your hair, it's about brushing up on your act. Does he accept his incompetence is taking our country backwards and costing our country dear? What will...
All right, so this damning video evidence, they put this together on purpose. Someone edited that together so that it would support these claims. And flip it on back. Now, when she says he blames the global forces, on some level I expect to hear Alex Jones jump up to correct this political lust muffin and tell her it's the globalists, not global forces, globalists. Which is, for folks that may be in the UK that might tune into this because the title might hit your algorithm, that's how some folks in some folks in America represent their anti-Semitism. Now, I can see where jokes were made, right? They could call it a playful exchange. I can also hear, her straight popping shit and just speaking truth to power as a person that comes from a background like hers. Angela's a little older than myself. She was born in 1980. She had an abusive father and worked hard to help and support her mother. She has interviews out there about that with her mother. At 16, she was approached by a 19-year-old man, which is something that I'm never going to look upon fondly. And of course, this 19-year-old man got her pregnant, and she subsequently left school. She later studied part-time at Stockport College, learning British Sign Language and gaining an NVQ Level 2 in social care. Alright, now, unlike the Daily Mail, I will let you know that these particular sentences are coming directly from the Wikipedia. Right? Simple. Cite your source. After leaving college, Rayner worked for Stockport Metropolitan Borough Council as a care worker for a number of years. During this time, she was also elected as a trade union representative for Unison. She was later elected as a governor of Unison Northwest, becoming the Unison's most senior official in the region. The Guardian featured a lengthy profile of Rayner in 2012 as part of an article on a trade union officer's working life. In 2015, she wins a seat for the Labour Party. They spell it with a U. I'm no longer quoting Wikipedia. We're back to my writing. See? You see how you do that, Daily Mail? And so, on the 1st of July 2016, after a series of resignations from the Shadow Cabinet, Jeremy Corbyn appointed Rayner as a Shadow Secretary of State for Education. She is currently serving as a Shadow Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster, as noted before, Shadow Minister of the Cabinet Office, and Shadow Secretary of State for the Future of Work. Alright folks, let me know what you think in the comments. And most additional commentary on this particular story and other exclusive content will be on patreon.com/WineCellarMediaFund. That's patreon.com/WineCellarMediaFund. Phoenix Cleater and I have a good time over there. Alright, and Phoenix Cleater just came in while I was getting this episode up and running. Did you see this story at all?
No.
No. No, okay, damn, this didn't hit your news feed at all.
No.
Okay, yeah, this one came across me. Alright, so additional commentary from Phoenix Cleater might be on Patreon after she learns more about this story. Alright, and let me know what you think in the comments. Is that what I'm supposed to say? Right? Like, comment, subscribe? That's what they say. They say smash that like button. Why? Why smash that like button? You know, see, and that's how I get into the tangents, because you can hear the language of rape culture and everything, and in this essay, I will ... Alright, y'all folks, have a safe one, and a happy fuck'em damn Tuesday, and bloody piss off and all.
Are the swap shirts still in there?
Swap shirts are...